Hey guys, you're watching carbuyer.com.sg once again. We are in the hometown of Ferrari in Maranello, Italy, and we're looking at the newest V8 to come from the Prancing Horse. This is the F8 Tributo, and that replaces the 488 GTB in the V8 powered lineup. So it's a two-seat sports car. And what does the Tributo pay tribute to? Well, in Ferrari's terms, it kind of pays tribute to itself, because it's a tribute to the engine, which is behind the driver. It's a mid-rear engine sports car. So that engine won Engine of the Year, I think 4 times, and was voted the best engine of the past 20 years. So Ferrari's really proud of this engine. And the one in the engine bay here is actually very closely related to the one in the 488 Pista. So that was the previous Go Faster version of the car. So you can see the engine right here. This one, there's a Lexan rear window. You can see there's 3 slats here. That is a tribute also to the F40, and that tribute name also refers to Ferrari's V8 engine car. So it's very, very likely that this car will be the last totally petrol powered V8 of its kind. So previously there was the F40, there was the 288 GTO, and there was one of the first ones was the 308 GTB. So look around the car. Ferrari says this car is 10% more aerodynamically efficient, so there's more downforce, less drag, and the front end has that S-duct. So this S-duct right here, that's obviously derived from Ferrari's F1 track experience. So that creates downforce, flows over the top of the car there. And another interesting thing here is the vents. So these are the brake cooling ducts as well. These are the radiator vents. This thing, so the light is different from the 488 and the 458 which had kind of an L-shaped light. The light actually stops here. This is a vent that cools the brakes as well. Air flows around the back, and you see this thing also similar to the 488 but an evolution. You have a wing here, and this wing actually kind of increases the airflow, and that Ferrari says is one of the main reasons why this engine actually has 50 more horsepower than before. So 720 horsepower from that engine, 0 to 100 in 2.8 seconds. This thing is really freaking fast. So this is the cabin. Just take a look. Clear window, looking to the engine behind V8. Now with 720 horsepower and 770 newton meters of torque. That's a shitload of power and torque. Okay, so very low slung seating position. Getting inside right now. So very similar layout to before. We like what Ferrari has done here. Everything is on the steering wheel. Very, very driver-centric cockpit, obviously. F8 Tributo. I'm gonna start it right. This thing revs all the way up to 8,000, peak power is 8,730 horsepower. Top speed 340 kilometers an hour. And actually, if it sounds loud, that's because it is. Ferrari says up to 6 decibels louder or perceived inside noise as before. So quite a bit louder than the previous 488 GTB. Maranello here, so you can switch here, sport, race, CD off, ESC off. So there are quite a lot of differences from the previous car as well. There's additional systems, and these work together with the driver to help you not crash. So there's something called Side Slip Control 6.1 that helps you to hold the drift when you're coming out of the corner, as well as something called Ferrari Dynamic Enhancer that also does almost the same thing. Uses the brakes to control the yaw moment of the car. Basically, I mean, a car like this, mid-rear engine car, 720 horsepower, less than 1.4 tons. It's crazy fast, it's crazy agile, but when things happen, they happen really, really quickly. So how does it drive on the roads? Well, we've driven on the roads around Modena, near Bologna in northern Italy, and it's exactly what we expected, although our drive was mostly in the wet, unlike now. The sun has come out, but I don't think we're doing much driving after this. It is very, very controllable. The steering wheel is actually thinner. So what Ferrari has done here, they're trying to go for more controllability, everyday livability.
Turn slightly to the left and continue to follow Strada
So one thing I will say about this is like very much like the 911 which we just did a review of recently. This car is really, really comfortable. It's very biddable, and it's very loud, it's very low. You can't really put much in it. This is basically your cargo space right here. There's a boot in front. I think it's about 200 liters, but you really can't do much other than that. But you know, you can drive this every day up to a certain point. Of course, there is 720 horsepower. When it happens violently. I mean, obviously we couldn't really unleash that power on public roads. We were supposed to drive in Fiorano, but the session got cut short. Gonna cost you just under $1 million Singapore, and deliveries begin next year. So just take a look at the rest of the cabin. There's another really, really cool feature that we like. So usually if you are sitting in a Ferrari as a passenger, you got shit all to do all day. But here there's a little color display for you to fiddle around with. So a bunch of things. Another car just started up next to us. You can hear how loud the car is. There's a media display. You can scroll there. Got the navigation, so you can shout out turns to your driver, co-driver rally style. You can see how fast we're going or not. You can see what systems are currently engaged. So I can turn it to race mode. I can turn it to CT off mode. I can turn it to Kimi Raikkonen mode, ESC mode off. Oh, well, Kimi doesn't drive for Ferrari anymore, so that's Sebastian Vettel mode actually. Okay, so we have a review of the F8 Tributo on carbuyer.com.sg. If you want to know more about the car, check out that review, and I'm going to rev the engine a little bit just to let you guys hear it. Really wind down the window, you guys hear that? Alright, thank you, bye-bye. We're on a Ferrari and it's a chicken crossing the road. Bye bye.